This is an introduction to the Computer Science High School Work-Based Learning course, a course jointly developed by the University of Rhode Island and the Rhode Island Department of Education. The video will be a high-level overview of the course, and we have follow-up videos that go into details on each of the class modules. The course is designed to be delivered in one semester, an 18-week semester. It assumes 2 hours of instruction per week and student work outside of class, and teachers can adapt that to their own schedules. It makes extensive use of videos produced by Google and Udacity to talk about the software design process used in industry. You can see the modules on the left. It takes the students through learning about computer science workplace, having an idea for a project, designing it, implementing it, testing it, and presenting it. While they're learning that in class, in parallel, they're developing an industry project form of work-based learning. Work-based learning is supported by the Rhode Island Department of Education, and there are 5 forms of it: internships, apprenticeships, service-based learning, school-based enterprise, and industry project. This course assumes students are doing the industry project form of work-based learning, where the students work on their own, learn about industry processes, and have touch points with industry mentors where the industry mentors guide them through the development of their project. You can see here that the course can qualify for work-based learning in CTE programs and other forms of work-based learning. The class time that the students do in class counts, the time with their mentors counts, and the time outside of school counts. So it's possible to get it up to the 80 hours of work-based learning required in CTE programs. There are many types of industry projects that can be developed in a course like this. This particular curriculum assumes that the students are developing a Google site, which is a relatively easy piece of software to create because it doesn't involve a lot of programming. We do this because some schools introduce work-based learning early in the curriculum, like 10th grade, where the students don't have a lot of programming experience. They do this to motivate the students and show them the real aspect of software development to help inspire them. But the same material in the course could be used, say, as a capstone course in a CTE program, where the students write apps or some other kind of software instead of a Google site. But again, we will assume that they're doing a Google site in this curriculum. Here are 3 of the kinds of different Google sites that students have produced as the course has been taught. One is community-based, where the students choose to make a site, say, about their school or their church or an organization that they're a part of. Another form of project is where their industry mentor suggests a website that their company needs developed. Perhaps they want it developed with a young person's point of view to help out the industry mentor and their company. The third form is where students come up with their own entrepreneurial idea for a startup company. In this example here, you see the students came up with an idea for their own dog walking service. After the students spend the semester with their mentor, creating the project, designing it, testing it, the final step is for them to present it to industry, which is one of the requirements of an industry project. So the students at the end present their website to an industry panel, and the industry panel asks them questions and gives them critique. There are lesson plans provided for the in-class portion led by the teacher. Here we see from the website cs4i.org/work-based learning curriculum, we see the 18 modules of the website on the website for the various lesson plans. Let's take a look at an existing lesson plan. So here's the lesson plan for week 11, which is a little more than halfway through the course, where the students have come up with their idea and are their final design process before they actually code their website. The design process is creating something called a wireframe, which is a sketch of their website before they code it. Let's go live to the lesson plan and see what's in it. So here's a live lesson plan that's available to you. This is a teacher-facing document. You can see the lesson plan has a lesson overview for the teacher, learning objectives. All of the videos that are suggested to be played for the students are listed here. The videos can be assigned in different ways based on the teacher choice. They could be watched together as a classroom led by the teacher. They could be assigned to be watched in class individually by students, in pairs by students or as homework. Here you can see some examples of the student-facing documents. Here's an assignment to create a wireframe. So if I go here to the assignment itself, you can see that there are instructions that tell the student how to form a wireframe for their website, in this case working with their group, and it has some of the resources available to help them. Going back to the lesson plans, you can see that there's also a guide for prepping the students to meet with their mentor. And this guide provides the students some questions that they might want to ask their mentor to kind of break the ice during the meetings that they're going to have during this phase of the project. It also talks about things they should have prepared so that they are ready to talk with their mentor. Finally, we have an example here of a Google form for the students to do what is called Zen voting. Zen voting is the idea that the students produce different wireframes for their website in their group, and their group votes through an anonymous form here to find the website design that wins. And this is a process that's covered in the videos. It's a process used by Google to make design decisions, and we provide some support for the students to do this. Here we see teacher-facing resources. Here is an example that can show the students of a final wireframe. Here is a rubric for grading the course. And here is the teacher's guide for preparing the teacher and the mentor for the mentor meeting. There's a student guide for the students to be prepared and also a guide for the teacher and mentor to be prepared. The second page of the lesson plan has a description of a suggested process to do each day, day 1 and day 2. In this case, day 2 is the mentor meeting. Here, day 1 is preparing for it and getting their wireframe ready. So going back to the overview of the lesson plan, there are lesson plans like this for each of the 18 weeks. As we mentioned, there are also extensive documents to help the mentors and the teachers with the industry project mentor meeting part of it. The mentors are trained so that they have some idea of how to work with students and they understand what the course is about. And the mentors get their own set of documents. And teachers have documents, things like the Teacher Mentor Planner, which is available from the RIDE website. And the Teacher Mentor Planner is things to go through when teachers meet with their mentor to ensure the best experience for the students. The course also has a syllabus that's available on the RIDE Work-Based Learning website. So that wraps up our overview. As I mentioned, there are follow-up videos on each of the modules to help you learn how to teach the course.